What's up out there? Welcome back to some more Melvor Idle Hardcore. This is Gen 2, episode 74. Now, we are continuing on with the Township grind, and last time I think I had just enough to buy the 3 pieces of gear, which is like 94 tasks, and I'm up to 106. So I only need to get 3 more tasks done, and I can buy all of the Township gear, which, if I look at my completion log, most of my completion stuff, all the way down to here, all of this is the stuff that I would get from buying the Township gear. This is the upgrade for it. I mean, I could buy all this stuff now, and then I have to have it cluttering my inventory. But aside from all of that, all I need to do is get a medium urn, a small urn, and another small urn. So a little bit of crafting gets me these, and then the ultimate god sword. So a little bit of a grind for all of this stuff that remains, but that would get me 100% item completion. And then on the mastery side, I've got this little bit on crafting, which is those urns. I need to work on those, the small and medium urn. I don't need to worry about the large one, just the small and medium. So at this point in the game, I was thinking about this last night. I was kind of debating on whether I wanted to do a video or not, because there is progress, but not like a huge amount. Basically, everything I've been doing is like killing, let's see, what did I do? Oh, not dungeons. I was doing Badlands. I was killing spiders, elder vampires, and cursed maidens. I finished that off. You had to get like 2,500 of each. I think I had to do the dark water stuff on Boars, Rockins, and Catals. I had to go kill those. I'm now at the Unhallowed Wasteland grind, where you got to get enough of these little pieces, which isn't bad. I've already got the Lagaran Worms done. That's the poison essence. The Cursed Liches, burning essence, that'll be easy. Not a big deal. The Red Claws and the Greater Skeletals, I started doing the Greater Skeletals. Those are kind of pushing where my gear is, because I still have in-level gear for the base game. And I was trying to figure out how I could tie everything that I'm doing now. So I'm ignoring the expansion for now. I have the expansion. I have all of that capable, so I can go up to 120. I can get all the gear. All that's cool. But I'm focusing on finishing the base game. If you noticed, I am very close to being complete again. I've got my Township skill to 99, so that one's done and out of the way. I've got the skill cape for it. I've got the stuff I can finish the rest of the skilling gear from Township to buy, those urns, and the ultimate god sword. So there's not a whole lot left. And then the mastery for crafting, but none of that stuff's it's a little time consuming, but that's it. Nothing's very difficult. But what I'm trying to do is complete this so I can get all these Township tasks done, to get that portion done, get the base game done. If I can knock all that out, and I've tried to tie as much as I can into leveling or something that I could do for the expansion that ties into the base game. But at this point, there's not a whole lot left, aside from leveling up the character or whatever. There's not much left. Like, it's just not much left. And none of the things that are left here, like all the farming is done, any of the crafting or anything that I would have needed to turn in from anything else. This is purely combat, aside from the ring of skills here. But some bank slots, that all comes from combat. Well, I guess this is thieving, and this is wood cutting. But like, some of these are so far out of reach, I'm not even worried about it. Like this carrot one, I'm working as hard as I can to get this done, but you only get so much, you only grow for so long, and you only get so much at a time. And I've been trying to, I've been trying to maximize everything I can, and I just need 3, but all of these are going to be very time consuming to get. So that's kind of where we're at. And I kind of was thinking about this last night. I've came to a pivot point. So I've gone as far as I can go. Like, this is RNG based. I've been doing a lot of fishing, and I haven't got this. I don't have any way of controlling this. The bank slots, I do have a way to control, and I can do the bank slots. Basically, you get those from completing these dungeons, the air, water, earth, and fire god dungeons. And I need to get those for the god sword. So I need 4 more here, 4 more of the Eris ones, 2 more of the Glacia ones, 2 more of the Terrans, and 1 more of the Ragnar god sword. So I'm going to be playing those god dungeons a little bit to get these unlocked. That'll get me some bank slots. That'll complete the Ultimate God Sword and the bank slot portion of this. So that's not a big deal. That's one done. If I could get this ring, I've been working on this ring seriously. I've gone overnight, all day, overnight, came in, back out. Like I've been putting in fishing as much as I can. Just not getting one. And the funny thing is, I was sitting there looking at that. I was kind of complaining that I was belly aching a little bit that, well, I haven't found very many or I'm not getting them. Well, problem is I actually sold them all off. And I remember my thinking on it was that I don't need skills anymore because, you know, it was way back when. Let's see here. So where are those at? They're always hard to find. Like they don't put everything together. So I have found 14 rings of mastery. I sold 5. I have the other 9 in my inventory. Those haven't moved. So I've got 14 of those. Ancient Ring of Skills, 36. So I've gotten a lot of those things, but I've gotten a lot of them before I needed them. I mean, you know, used them to level up, but I had a lot of them before I got to this point, and I've had enough of the Fury and Torture ones to do what I need to do now, but I had to keep selling them for inventory space. So I'm gonna have to regrind all that. But at any rate, I'm to the point now with these tasks. This is where I'm driving at. Like I could go and thieve this up. These will take forever to get. The drop rate on these is really low for the antique vases and all that. I could thieve those up. I could work on that. It would level up my thieving. I would probably dovetail some things in there, like getting some of the items that help with thieving, that help your thieving rate and all that. So I could work on that. This one for the Ancient Rings of Skills and Mastery, I can't even get 1 ring of skills, much less 20 or 21. So I'm going to give this one a pass. I'm kind of working on this one for the Amulets of Torture and Amulets of Fury. Those I'm leveling up combat and all that, so that's fine. This one will be a grind. This one will take a few days to get because this, you know, if you're just doing nonstop combat, this is kind of overnight. I've got 9 of them. But that's really good. I mean, they have a really low drop rate. And the Amulets of Fury take a while too. The carrots, I'm working as hard as I can on, but those are going to take a while. The Bird's Nest, that's so far down the road, it's just not even funny. That's kind of down the road with these Ancient Ring of Skills. So I need 3, and I need to find 3 that are reasonable to complete in something less than like looking at a 2023 end date. I'd also like to push into the expansion and do things there, but I want to clean up the base game because that gives me my max skill cape back and all that. So I'm really working towards that. So I'm trying to eyeball the easiest task that I can complete in a reasonable time. And all these essences from the Unhallowed Wasteland, those are not a big deal. Those one day you could probably get all this knocked out with the right gear, working on it. And that's what got me to thinking, some of this stuff is going to be difficult, especially the greater skeletals and stuff like that. They're pushing the equipment that I have. I have the expansion. Why not push into the expansion to get things unlocked? But that's when I started looking at where I was at with things. And I was like, all right, it's going to take, I got to put my gloop on. Don't forget that. It's going to take gearing up. And I started looking at this. I was looking at mining. Well, I have the meteorite pickaxe. I am of the level that I can go buy the divinite pickaxe or the divine pickaxe. Actually, I can buy the meteorite fishing rod also. Oh, I could buy that. It just now dawned on me. I could buy that. I am up to the divine one, and I'm up to the divine axe. I just need to get level 115. But I need divine bars. So I can get this. This is how deep the rabbit hole gets. I wanted to mine pure essence because I wanted to work on rune crafting. Then I looked at this and I said, well, hey, there's an upgrade to the divine one. Let's go get that. But smithing needs to be at 115, so I need to gear that up. And it just kind of snowballed into that. And that's when I threw it on these devils, fighting these devils overnight, the fierce devils. And I figured I'd come back today. I'm going to work on this stuff today. Leveling this up, we're at 113, almost 114. So I'm going to get this to 115, get my divinite bars made so I can go and buy the axe and the fishing rod, get enough for the wood cutting whenever I get to that point. Then I'm going to work on rune crafting because I'd like to at least get the poison gear unlocked, which needs level 112, I guess. Probably 112 to get to the good stuff. And that means making all the different runes that are in here. So I need to get to at least 115. So I haven't even tried the new magic out on my standard account, but I want the gear and I want to try all that stuff. So long story short, I've kind of hit a point where I've kind of hit a stopping point. There's probably 2 combat things, maybe 3, if I include this, that I know I can control and I know that I can get a reasonable result from. The antique vases are going to take far too long. The rings and stuff's going to take far too long. The carrots are too long. The bird's nests are too long. So it's kind of narrowing down the things that I can do to complete these township tasks quickly. I mean, it's an idle game. It's going to take a while, but I know how to get the bank slots, and that grind is getting that great sword. So if I can gear up just a little bit as I go through smithing, I'll be able to equip better gear. Once I get 115, I can do all meteorite gear. So there's going to be some benefits to hitting all of this and gearing up a little bit. Go into the expansion. I mean, there's no use of staying with the old gear. I may as well push into the expansion, gear up a little bit, and then go hit the base game with better gear and do things faster. That's kind of what I'm driving to, long story short, is that I'm going to try to go for the ultimate god sword and get these bank slots done at the same time. And then I'm going to go get all this essence stuff done. Now the amulets of torture and fury, those can go quickly. With the gear that I have, I don't necessarily need to upgrade, but everything's going to help out. So that's kind of my plan going forward, is to work on mining, smithing, rune crafting, and then go into the god dungeons and then get all that unlocked. So it's taken a week to get 11 tasks done, and it's going to take another couple of weeks to probably get the last 3 done, but whatever, pushing forward. So that's where we are today, and that's what I'm planning on doing for the next week or so. And that will do it for this video. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care.